first going to want you guys to do when you're logging in your functional fitness scores as well as your Virginia Wellness scores is you're going to log into Schoology. Once you log into your Schoology account, you're going to go to courses. You're going to scroll down until you see a PE course. You're going to double click that. And as you can see here, it says there are no materials in this course yet. You might be met with a screen that looks like that. What I want you to do is actually scroll down to where it says WellNut SSO. You're going to double click there and you're going to have a pop-up screen that is going to pop up right there. And let me just make this as big as possible for you. Okay, I'm now going to double click there. And here you can see where we are going to be logging in and plugging in our scores. So we're going to start on the back of the page, and the back of the page is going to be your Virginia Wellness scores. And so you're going to post all of those where it says post actually. So right here it says shuttle run 20 meters. So I'm going to look at my paper and I'm going to see that I got a score of, 40. Okay. I'm then going to click to the next test post. It says shoulder stretch left and right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the letter Y, and once I click out, it automatically generates the word yes. Another thing you can do is you could put the number 1, and when you click out, it's going to come in as a yes. Now, if you had a no, you could put the number 0 and click out, and it's going to come as no, or you can use the letter N, which will correspond to a no. But this student got 2 Y's, so I'm going to click out. I'm going to go down to here to the trunk lift and record the score. All right, there's 12 for post. Then for curl ups, she was able to get 30. I'm going to scroll down here to push-ups, and this is actually the last test that we did for Virginia Wellness. Okay, so now I'm going to want to turn my paper over, and I'm met with my functional fitness challenge scores. And so here I have the step challenge resting heart rate. So I'm going to look, and we have a pre and a post. That's the minimum of what you need to fill out, a pre and a post. It'd be great if we had filled out a goal. So if you have a goal number right here, I want you to fill that out on each spot. So let's see here. So right here we have 70 for the pre, 60, and then 70. And then I'm going to go down to the next one, step challenge exercise heart rate. That's going to be 150. You can press tab and it will go to the next open section, 120. Tab 130 for the post test. I click over here now. I have 130, tab 100. Now I want you to see right here where it says step challenge recovery rate. I don't click in here, but the graph is filling up. It's doing the math problem automatically. So once I go here to post, I'm going to put in 90. And we know that 130 minus 90 is 40. So let's see what happens when I click out over here. For the post, it went up to 40. So please remember that for step challenge recovery rate, you can't click in here and put anything. That's the only one that you can't do. All right, so I'm going to scroll back up to where I was. For the plank challenge, we have 37. Obviously, my goal is going to be a little better than that, so 60, and met my goal at 72, and I exceeded it. After that, we have the right leg, lower back, and hamstring test. I first got a 1. My goal was to improve and get a 2. I ended up getting a 2, so I met that goal. And over here, my goal was to get that's right, a 3. And I did get that 3. So now I'm going to scroll down to shoulder stretch. And remember, this is going to be yeses and nos. So I put a Y, a Y, and a Y. click out, and I put an N, a Y, and a Y. So at first I didn't pass that score, but that's okay. After that, I wanted to go through a section. So let's say that I had a pre-score on my paper. So let's say that I had a Y on my paper, and then I had a Y on my goal, but I missed the next day in class where we retested in the spring. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take whatever score I got in real life, so my pre-test, I'm going to duplicate that score for any empty slots for pre and post, okay? So that means, let's say that I had a no here and my goal was a yes. Well, if I had an empty slot on my paper and I didn't get a chance to retest, I'm just going to duplicate what I got in real life. Not what my goal was, but what I got, okay? So then Y, 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 and Y, Y. All right. Then I'm going to write my fitness goal. So my goal was and that's going to be on the back page, by May of 2020, whatever. Excuse me. 2020, whatever. Um, I will improve my flexibility because I want to improve a component of fitness by earning a score of a 3 on my left leg straight, lower back, and hamstring test. Now I next need to enter my fitness plan for improvement. And it's got to pretty much be a SMART goal, will improve my score from a 2 to a 3 in the lower back and hamstring test by performing a hurdler's stretch for 20 seconds twice a week. I'm going to skip anything else that's below this one for the fitness improvement test. So I'm going to skip all of this, and then I would go down here and I would press save information. Once I see this, I can press OK and X out, and that is about it. All right. Thanks so much. Bye.